Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, if you're learning Arabic, you know the feeling, right? That moment of, wait, I knew that verb. Why does it look totally different now? Well, today we're going to crack the code behind all that chaos.
Yeah, this is the central puzzle, isn't it? You memorize a verb, you feel good about it, and then, bam, in the very next sentence, it's changed. It can feel so overwhelming, almost like you're trying to hit a moving target. But here's the secret. And honestly, this is the best news for any learner. It is not random at all. Those changes, they follow a super clear, totally predictable set of rules. It's a system, a code. And once you have the key, the whole thing just unlocks.
So, here's how we're going to get you that key. We're going to look at the verb code, starting with a super solid past tense. Then we'll jump into the flexible present and the direct imperative, or command tense. Finally, we'll give you that master key to tie it all together.
All right, section 1, the unchanging past tense. Let's dive right in with what I think is the most rigid and maybe the easiest piece of the puzzle, the past tense. Seriously, think of this as the foundation for everything else.
Okay, so the past tense, or al-fi'l al-madi. It's for an action that's done, it's finished. Now, grammatically, this is huge. It means the verb is always built, or mabni. The best way to think about this is like a brick. Its shape is fixed, right? It doesn't change. Same with these verbs. The ending is locked in, no matter what. And here's the great part. This built state isn't complex. There are exactly 3 ways a past tense verb can be built. Just 3. And what decides which one it is? It's all about the pronoun that gets tacked onto the end. Let's break it down. Okay, case number 1. The verb is built on fatha. This is kind of the default setting. It means the verb ends with that short sound. Look at the first example, kataba, the student wrote. Now see what happens when we talk about 2 students, or about Miriam. That base kataba sound is still there. It holds strong. This is really its foundational form. Case number 2 is when it's built on sukoon. This happens when you attach the pronouns for I, you, we, or a group of females. Just look at the examples here. You can see how that final a vowel sound from before just disappears. The end of the verb goes silent. That's what built on sukoon means. And case number 3, this one's the easiest of all. It's build on dam. And it only, and I mean only, happens in one situation. When you're talking about they in the masculine plural, the verb ends with that oo sound, like katabu. That's it. 3 cases. You now know the entire system for the past tense. Simple, right? All right, next up, the flexible present tense. So if the past tense was our solid, unchanging foundation, the present tense is where things get a little more flexible. It's dynamic, it's responsive. So the present tense, al-fi'l al-mudari'. It covers things happening right now or in the future, and here's the key difference from what we just learned. It's not built, it's inflected. This just means its ending isn't fixed. It can change depending on what the verb is doing in the sentence. It's a bit of a chameleon. The first thing to get your head around with the present tense is that there are 2 main types of verbs. First, you have your sound verbs. They end in a normal consonant, and you can clearly hear that oo sound at the end, like yaktubu. Easy enough. Then you have weak verbs. These guys end in a weak vowel letter, which makes it kind of awkward to pronounce that final oo. So we just say the ending is estimated or hidden. You can see the difference with the example yedu. Okay, this leads us to something called the 5 verbs. Now, don't let that name intimidate you. It's not as complicated as it sounds. It's really just a special group that's formed when you take a present tense verb and attach one of these 5 specific pronouns you see here, and look at what happens. Instead of that oon ending, the verb is now raised by keeping that final n sound, the nun. You see it in all the examples, yaktubun, taktuban. Okay, now we're at the climax, the direct imperative tense. This is the command form. And the absolute best part about this, you don't have to learn a whole new set of rules. Nope, it's built directly from the present tense that we just covered. So the imperative, or fil al-amr. Notice something familiar? We're back to a built verb. Just like the past tense, the ending is fixed. It's a command, a direct request, so its structure is locked right in. So when do you use this? Well, the first case is built on sukoon, which just means it has a silent ending. This is your default for 2 key situations, when you're dealing with one of those regular sound verbs and when you're telling a group of females to do something. Okay, now this next rule is so cool. Remember those weak verbs from the present tense, the ones that ended in a long vowel? To turn them into a command, you do something really simple. You just drop that final weak letter. But, and this is the genius part, you leave behind a little short vowel that hints at what was there. It's such a clever, efficient system. You see how yasa becomes isa? It's awesome. And what about those 5 verbs that ended in N? Making a command out of them could not be easier. You literally just delete that final N sound. That's it. It's a one-step process. So a verb like taktubuna becomes a command, uktubu. Just drop the N.
Okay, let's take a breath. We've gone through the past, the present, and the imperative. We've seen how some are built and one is inflected. Now let's put it all together on one slide. This is your conjugation master key. And there you have it, the whole system at a glance. Look at the pattern. The past tense is built. It's rigid. The imperative is built. It's also rigid. And right in the middle, you have the present tense, which is inflected or flexible. The code is basically built, inflected, built. Once you see that pattern, it all starts to make sense. And look, this isn't just some boring grammar lesson. This is the key to real comprehension. When you understand this system, you can look at pretty much any verb in a sentence and know instantly who's doing what and when they're doing it. It really is the engine that drives the whole Arabic sentence. So what started out as feeling kind of random and chaotic has, I hope, been revealed as a really elegant, predictable system. You've basically just been handed the master key. So now the big question isn't about the rules anymore. It's about you. Now that you have this key, what are you going to unlock next?